Well, howdy there. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Danielle Vincent, and this is Coffee and a Chat, our weekly video series where we talk about life, entrepreneurship, and everything. I've got my coffee, and you're here, so let's get started. Last week, we talked about the checklist of doom. Do you remember what we talked about the week before that? Okay, if you don't remember, it's my 3 foundations for a successful life. Number 1 being time management. Number 2 being prioritizing your activities for impact. And number 3 being surrounding yourself with excellent people. Well, this week I actually was very lucky to be surrounded by excellent people because just yesterday and this morning I was chatting with my friend and old coworker Barack about time management and how I was really overwhelmed, and I was, he asked how I was doing, and I was like, I'm gonna let him have it. I'm gonna let him know how I'm doing. I'm really freaking stressed out right now. And I just like poured it out on him. And he recommended a great book that I've read, and I completely recommend. It's called The E-Myth Revisited. If you haven't read it, I really just stop watching this video, hit pause, and go order it. And then come back, because it is absolutely required reading for all entrepreneurs. And that reminds me to put a review of it in our book list section. But this week, it actually was a very hard week for me. Because of time management, I just didn't have enough time. And between running the Outlaw Soaps business, running this, and doing my consulting work for Mozilla, I just was underwater. And it was very, very rough for me this week. But I kept reminding myself that this is not forever. This is not how life is. This is not my life. And even though Grant Cardone, the productivity dude, says that you should spend 95 hours a week working on your business, I'm not going to show up for that. I would like to have a couple hours to myself every day with my husband, frankly. And so it's been a hard week. But as you know, sometimes you just have to do it. You just have to pull up your big girl panties and do it. And that's what I did this week. I just sucked it up, and it was very tough. I'm just going to tell you, time management this week was tough, but it did catalyze me to reach out to my virtual assistant and ask her to help me manage my inboxes and to get my life organized in some other ways that will facilitate my ability to be productive in the future. And it wasn't until I really put my feet to the fire, the leg irons in the fire, that I found the need to make efficiencies. So if you worry about overcommitting, and I often overcommit and don't worry about it, so I personally recommend that you worry about overcommitting, but also know that you're capable of much more than you think. And sometimes when your feet are in the fire, you're going to come up with creative solutions to make things work in better ways. And this weekend, I'm getting myself reorganized and regrouping, and we're gonna move forward with 10 times the productivity that we had before. I know it. All right, so I need your recommendations. I'm setting up my life in a different way, slightly a different way now, and I know that you're probably coming off of a really stressful time too if you're not in the heat of it. What are your stress relieving recommendations, and how do you make yourself most efficient? I want to hear in the comments, so please, please, please leave comments and let me know. All right, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week.